as the US government blows past yet another debt limit, we have seen some pretty interesting proposals to keep the government afloat. We've seen the idea that the Treasury Department could authorize the creation of a $1 trillion platinum coin, which would then be created at the Mint, transferred to the Federal Reserve and deposited there, and then the Biden administration could use those funds to pay the nation's debts. If that wasn't complicated enough, we have the mysterious and elusive extraordinary measures, the witchcraft and sorcery that Janet Yellen can pull the strings behind the scene to keep the US government hobbling along for a few more months. Although those proposals are indeed interesting, what I find most interesting as a crypto enthusiast is the proposals by numerous states to make cryptocurrencies acceptable as payment. Is this even legal? Will these bills pass? And if they do, what are the implications? We're talking all about it in today's video. Hey everyone, and welcome back. This is the Part-Time Economist, and in today's video, we are talking all about trying to keep the US government afloat. And for those of you who do not live in the US, who don't follow US politics, basically every couple months, the US just straight up runs out of money. And we hit something known as the debt limit. We kind of have a fight about it for a couple weeks, and then we decide, you know what? We're the United States. We can do what we want. We're just going to print more money anyway. So it's kind of a recurring feature of living in the US, and we're used to it. But every time this happens, states, companies, individuals kind of go into panic mode and start thinking, how can we develop a more stable financial infrastructure? Back in 2008, 2009, a lot of states introduced laws that would make gold and silver coins legal tender. Now that crypto is more developed and more widely known, we see several states doing the same for cryptocurrencies, specifically Arizona and New York. And I will throw up some screenshots here that kind of give you some of the text of the laws, but essentially what these proposals would do is allow, not force, various state agencies to accept crypto as a form of payment. So you can pay your property taxes in crypto, you can pay your fines in crypto, maybe your DMV fees in crypto. So it's a really interesting proposal, but we have to ask ourselves, is this something that would pass? And if it does, what would the implications be? Well, as far as it passing, we really don't know, right? I would say it's a long shot, but who knows? Anything can happen. As far as the implications, we have to be very clear. This would not make cryptocurrency legal tender. It would allow state agencies to accept cryptocurrency. So there's no indication what cryptos they would accept. There's no indication that they would be forced to accept these cryptos. It's simply saying you are allowed to accept them. So not as bullish as actually making cryptocurrency legal tender, which is something that was actually proposed again in Arizona. So there was a bill to make cryptocurrency, I think it was Bitcoin, legal tender. Now, this bill was quickly shot down, and I would venture to say that any similar bill would also be shot down for one key reason. Monetary privilege in the US is very clearly a federal government jurisdiction. In the US, states have some rights, the federal government has some rights, but monetary issuance is clearly a federal issue. Now, we do see that states can make gold and silver coin acceptable as payment for debts, but again, that is clearly not cryptocurrency. We have seen some states authorize gold and silver coins as legal tender, but again, getting away from that gold and silver coin to something like crypto, I think would really face some constitutional challenges. So the possibility of states kind of making crypto legal tender is a little bit far-fetched, but the idea of them accepting or considering to accept crypto as payment is something that I think might be a little bit more likely. Obviously, this video isn't financial advice. I'm not telling you crypto is going to go to the moon or anything like that. But I do find it very interesting that anytime we get into kind of one of these economic dire straits, people start looking for alternatives. Alternatives to a dollar that is constantly printed. And let's be honest, we're going to raise the debt limit. That limit is meaningless because we know without a shadow of a doubt, the next time we get to that limit, we're going to raise it again. So people are looking for something that can't just be arbitrarily continually increased forever, right? That's why you saw gold and silver legal tender laws. That's why you see states looking at cryptos, because again, cryptos have that defined finite cap. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think this is bullish for crypto? Do you think it's kind of just a pie in the sky pipe dream? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and have a good one.